how do we set OBS up, or open broadcaster software, to get the very best experience for our viewers on Facebook Live Gaming? If you'd like to see how to do that, please watch and enjoy this, because this might help you get a higher quality stream, and this might save you some time setting this up yourself. I've been doing things like this online for a lot of years. It took me about 3 or 4 hours to get all of this set up, and I'm hoping this will help you do it in the same time or faster. I was using another live streaming software before, which I'm using now to record this while I've got OBS in the background. I highly recommend use OBS because it's free and it works really well with Facebook Gaming. What you can see to begin with, you might want to know, okay, where do I download it? What is it? It's OBS Studios, the software. You can get it on Windows, Mac, or Linux. It's free and open source. There's tons of updates all the time. There's tons of plugins. There's tons of tutorials and guides. And I'll give you everything that I think is critical to get started with on here. It works really well for multiple streaming destinations, and I am just loving using OBS here. What I've got also is I've got an Elgato Stream Deck that controls my OBS, so I can just move shots around really quickly on it. It's so helpful. For example, I can just move over like that to move it over here, move it over like that, and change it back very quickly just by hitting buttons on OBS. I can move my face all around on the stream really quick. It's so nice. How do we get started in OBS? First, to get started in OBS, you want to take a look. There's the start streaming, start recording, studio mode settings, exit, and then you've got the 2 different microphones I put in. First, my talking microphone is on top. Then I've got the game audio on the bottom, which I've turned down if the game is a little loud so that my voice clearly goes over it. Then you've got your sources over here and your scenes. So your scenes are, and there's black right now because I'm not playing a game on the background. Your scenes are your arrangement of sources. That means, for example, I've got this follow page set up over here so that whenever there's a drop in the action on my stream, or let's say a game ends and all of a sudden there's 500 people watching, then I just punch the follow button real quick and I tell people how to set up all this to make sure to see my stream. Say, hey, will you please hit that follow button? This helps people to know what they need to do in order to make sure to see all your streams. And this is a nice way to ask for follows. So I've got this on. This is one scene. Then all the rest of my scenes are basically just different moves with me around the screen. So I've got all these different positions in OBS for my scenes. And that way, no matter what's going on with the game, I can put my game in the specific section. So I've got 5 different scenes, plus then I've got one follow one. The one follow one is great. Also, if let's say something suddenly happens and I need to take a quick break, you can also set up additional ones of these to even play videos. And now you don't want to make a significant portion of your stream pre-recorded content, but if let's say you need to be right back or something like that, you could hit that really quickly. I recommend having your face in the upper right. Seems to be an ideal spot for most games. Upper left, if you go over the upper left side, then you've also got the Facebook Live. Now what you just see triggered off on my channel, I've got a Streamlabs hook in on one of my sources that whenever someone subscribes on YouTube or follows on Twitch or makes a donation, it then pops up in the middle of the streams. But most importantly for gaming on Facebook, you want this Facebook alerts URL. This is the most critical thing to set up in order to get your streams. If you want your streams to have a good shot at going viral, you really need this Facebook alerts set up. And here's how you do it. So what you do, you just add a source in here. I'll show you how to add one from scratch. You go over here, add a source, you hit browser, and what you do, you can just create a new source. I recommend call it Facebook alerts or something like that. You hit browser, then you hit OK. Then what you need to do in here is put the URL in that you get from Facebook and size it however you want it. So on Facebook, you've got a URL that you get on the alerts tab. So if you go over to your alerts tab on Facebook and you click on the gear, it'll give you the alert pop-up URL. You'll get that alert pop-up URL, and I expect I could probably show you that real quickly here. So if I tab over to Chrome, I go over here to Facebook Gaming, and we'll just blank this layer real quick. You never know. I don't want to show any of my personal information on here. So you just go over here and bring that up. Go over to your gaming. It's at Facebook/streamer. Where's that? I had a thing for that. I have a download. Here's, if you need the URL, this is the URL for it. Right here. So you're at facebook.com/gaming/streamer. This is where you go to get this. Then what you do, you go over in your gaming streamer, you click on this gear button, then you go to the alert pop-up over here. This is absolutely critical if you want to get your streams to go viral, because what happens, one person will share it, then the alert will pop up on the screen, and then someone else will see that alert and share it just because they want that alert to pop up. Then two people seeing that two people shared, wow, this is really good, I'll share too. Then the third share happens because of the first two. Then the fourth, I've had 100 shares in a row happen because of these alert pop-ups. Before I used alert pop-ups, I had a fraction of the shares on my stream. And now, thanks to the alert pop-ups, what you'll often see is a string of shares all at once. And this happened to me on one stream. I got $100 of stars that stream. Same thing happened. The alert pop-up, someone wanted to one-up another donator. They dropped a bigger stars. They dropped a bigger one and a bigger one. So what you do, you get this URL out of the alert pop-up. You grab that URL, and then you take that URL and you put that in your browser source. You drop the URL right in here in your browser source. Now you also need to size this exactly how you want it. You can see on mine, I've sized it 480 by 270. And then I've got it in the 480 by 270 because it fits nicely in that little box. Then it crams the whole alert in that one little box. And then if you've got my camera on me in the upper right, if you've got the camera on in the upper right, the alert box will pop up just right with that camera in the upper right. So I got my alerts in the upper left. I've got my face in the upper right. Then the game stuff can go on in the middle. Now, one of the challenging things I had to Google for this, when you actually go to put it up there, you will need to interact with it. So there's this little option, this little tiny option called interact. And you'll need to interact in order to log in. Now, if you've got a really long secure Facebook password like I do, this took like 5 minutes to go through and put my login in here. But once you've put the login in, because when you first put your URL up, it'll tell you to log in. Then you put your URL up, you hit interact in here, then you log in, then it'll look correct. So I'm going to delete this browser source I just added. Then what'll happen, nothing will show on here until you get a star alert, and then this is what happens. So you can go over on you can go test a star alert to make sure you've got it set up correctly. Props to Facebook for getting this little test alert. And you can't do this while you're live to fake stars. So you click test star alert. Now look what happens. Look how amazing that is. See, then you get that little star alert up there, and then that often triggers people off to want to give more stars. And it pops up that little sound just like that, so people know, get used to hearing that that's a star alert. And then even something like a free star drop can pop up here and trigger someone off to drop a big amount of stars. I've got as much as $30, 3,000 stars at once in my stream, and it might have even been triggered off initially by a free star drop, and then several people just got going and one-upping each other to be the top donator after that. There weren't even that many people watching. So this Facebook alerts is the most critical thing you want to do to get your stream set up correctly. And your gaming streamer has all the stuff you need to do in here. Get these alerts to pop up. Now, if you just click on this a bunch of times, it will get a little bit behind sometimes like this, and that's okay. I highly recommend when these are coming up, read them every time, every person, every name, every profile. Thank you, Jerry Banfield, very much for the 9,538 stars. Thank you, Jerry Banfield, for the 4,499 stars. Thank you very much, Jerry Banfield, for the 7,148 stars. I love you. You're awesome. I appreciate you helping me stream. Thank every single person that pops up on these alerts, because I know I donate on streams a lot. It sucks, and I probably never donate again. And I even remember, so I donated $20 in your stream. You didn't even say anything at all for the next 20 minutes about it. Make sure you say something, at least thank the person, say thank you for getting that star alert. If you can wall mount your monitors directly above your camera and have the comments on them like I do, that helps a lot to see it in real time. You can also just watch your OBS monitor and get it in the corner of your eye when it pops up. So the Facebook alert is the first critical thing you want to set up. You can also use something like Streamlabs to accept additional donations on there, and the setup for that is the same basic thing once you've got a Streamlabs account as it is for the Facebook alert.
How to monetize Facebook videos, video 16.